And most of the time, it is accompanied by prominent CV waves sa inyong jugular pulsation. No? So, ibig sabihin, during systole, no? Ano ba yung systole? That is likewise the feeling of your right atrium. Pag sinabi mo kasing systole, you're referring to the ventricle. So pag contract ng ano mo, ng ventricle, there is a volume of blood that goes back to your right atrium. So nagsasama ngayon, di ba, kaya nga prominent yung CV wave. Remember that your C wave corresponds to what? To the closure of your tricuspid valve. But in tricuspid regurgitation, since hindi siya nagko-close ng mabuti, no? Nagli-leak siya, yung nagsasama ngayon yung C and your V wave. Okay? And sometimes, meron kang yung hepato-positive din, yung hepatojugular refluxion. Okay? So there is a pulsatile ng pulsation din sa liver, especially pag meron ka ng chronic passive congestion ng liver because of the tricuspid regurgitation. Okay. So, ang diastolic murmurs naman, ano yung mga yon? You have your AR, your PR sa semilunar valves, ano? Regurgitant lesions yan. Then, you have your mitral stenosis. So, yan ang mga differentials nyo with regards sa diastolic murmurs. So, sa mitral stenosis, it is described as diastolic rumbling murmurs. Sa PR naman, decrescendo siya. Very similar din sa AR. So, how will you differentiate that? Based on the location pa rin. Okay? So, as I've said, yung diastolic murmurs, when you're talking of the semilunar valves, regurgitant yung lesion, or it is insufficiency or incompetent semilunar valve. For AV valves naman, atrioventricular valves, the problem is the lesion is stenosis, mitral stenosis or tricuspid stenosis. Now, if you're talking of an acute onset of problem like acute AR, the murmur is usually very short. No? Kasi hindi pa naka-adapt yung ventricle nyo or the chambers. Okay? So, the murmurs are usually soft and shorter in duration. There is a rapid rise in the LV diastolic pressure in acute AR, aortic regurgitation, and the progressive diminution in the aortic LV diastolic pressure gradient. So, maiksi lang siya. Hindi pa kasi nakaka-adapt yung ventricle nyo, tsaka yun. Okay? Now, in severe AR naman, lalaki na, magdadilate yung left ventricle, the murmur becomes decrescendo, blowing. Mahaba yung murmur niya. Ano? So, it is louder during the early diastole, then it decreases, kaya decrescendo type siya. Now, most of the time, iba-iba naman kasi yung etiology ng mga valve problem nyo. Okay? So, most of the cases that you're going to see, they are rheumatics or maybe congenital. And very rare naman yung traumatic or an infection because of infective endocarditis. Okay? So, AR, aortic regurgitation, is a to and fro murmur. Yun yung ano. A mid-systolic murmur. and an early diastolic murmur. The mid-systolic murmur is secondary to the increased volume in the left ventricle. So, AR is not, ito yung Austin Plint murmur. Ano? Because of the increased volume, maliit yung annulus mo, magkakaroon ka ng parang ejection murmur. But the real problem there is the insufficient valve. Okay? Tandaan niyo yan. Ang PR naman, pulmonic regurgitation, most of the time, ang etiology niya is congenital. Congenital PS. Sometimes, it may be secondary to pulmonary hypertension. Minsan, or any dilatation in your pulmonary annulus. So, most of the time, pag if you have a PS, S2 is most of the time single. Wala siyang splitting. Okay? If you have a PS, you expect that the right ventricle will hypertrophy. On your physical examination, makakaroon ka ng RV hit. In mitral stenosis, this is a very classic murmur. The classic murmur of mitral stenosis is a diastolic rumbling murmur. And most of the time, it is heard best at the apex, and the patient in a left lateral decubitus position. So, the murmur is described as low pitch, okay? And it is preceded by an opening snap. What does opening snap, ano yung significance niya? Ibig sabihin, the valve are still pliable. Gumagalaw pa yan. Okay? If you hear an opening snap. So, it signifies the pliability ng valve. What about yung increase in volume? Like in severe MR, severe TR, a large ASD, ito yung murmur na naririnig. Pwede nyo marinig, and they are called functional murmur. Just like yung sabi ko kanina, because of the increase in volume sa ASD, sa AR, or MR. The increase in the left ventricle volume of blood that passes dun sa annulus can create a murmur. Okay, a functional murmur of mitral or tricuspid stenosis in cases of severe MR, the increased volume in the left atrium, severe TR, the increased volume in the right atrium, or in a very large ASD. Ang Austin Plint murmur, ito yung natin. It's an example of pure functional murmur. Okay? Which is seen in chronic severe aortic regurgitation. Okay? Because of the increased blood volume that crosses the mitral valve annulus. Okay? So, it's an apical diastolic rumble imitating the murmur of mitral stenosis. Okay? Ang ano naman doon, besides that increase in volume, that severe AR, yung AR jet, the blood from the aorta going to the left ventricle, pushes the mitral valve, na hindi mag-open kagad yung mitral valve. So relatively, during left ventricular diastole, dahil na-push yung mitral valve, hindi nag-open, that's another, actually yun ang iniisip nila na physiology ng Austin Plint. Kasi natulak yung hindi mag-open because of the jet of your AR. Alam mo yung jet, the blood that goes back to your left ventricle. Now, other unusual diastolic murmur, makakarinig ka rin sa atrial myxoma, complete heart block. Yung complete heart block, the atrium and the ventricle contracts independently. Hindi pa open yung mitral valve mo, pero nag-contract yung atrium mo. That will also create a murmur of mitral stenosis. Okay? Or in acute rheumatic mitral valvulitis, inflammation ng mitral valve. Okay. So may mga drawing done, may mga mnemonics with regards dun sa shape ng murmurs niya. So continuous murmur is exemplified by your patent ductus arteriosus. Okay? And this is usually heard dun sa second or third intercostal space at the, saan ba yung aorta nyo? Nagko-connect sa pulmonary artery. Ang PDA is a connection between your aorta and your pulmonary artery. Okay? So other continuous murmur, pwedeng yung ruptured coronary sinus of Valsalva or an aneurysm that ruptures. Alam nyo, do you know your anatomy? Di ba meron kang semilunar valve? Yung semilunar valve mo, paganyan siya. Dun sa cusp, aortic cusp. So, that's the Valsalva. Ano? So, that cusp may prolapse to any chamber and may rupture to that chamber and create now a murmur. Okay? So, an aneurysm that ruptures to your right ventricle or your right atrium because of the big difference in the pressure can create a continuous murmur because there is a pressure difference during systole and diastole between the two chambers. Okay? Ano pang example? Mga AV fistula. Yung mga bruit. These are continuous murmur. Okay? Tandaan nyo yun. Yung mga bruit nyo, yung peripheral, yung mga nagda-dialysis, yung mga AV fistula. Yung mammary-supple during pregnancy, engorge yung breast ng mommy, you know? So, the enhanced arterial blood flow through those engorged breasts can create a murmur. Pero ang tawag doon is mammary-supple. Sa peripheral, yung mga ugat, they're called bruit. You know? Ang mammary-supple, pag diniin mong maigi yung stethoscope niya, nagiging systole lang siya, na-obliterate yung diastolic component. Okay? And so meron na naman yung mnemonics dito. So, most of the murmurs on the right side are accentuated during inspiration. Okay. Yun ang sabi natin. And dun sa left side naman, left-sided murmurs are usually louder during expiration. Tandaan niyo yun. These are maneuvers on how you're going to differentiate or localize your murmur. Valsalva. Ano ba yung Valsalva? Valsalva maneuvers. Most murmurs decrease in length and intensity, except nawalan to, in HOCM and mitral valve prolapse. How do you do Valsalva? Diba? Pag umiri ka ba, nagbabalsalba ka? Yun. Pag nag-strain ka. Ibig sabihin, you try to exhale in a close, isara mo yung ilong mo. O iiray ka na. So, there are actually, may mga stages pa yan. Ano yung nangyayari during the first stage, during the second stage, during the third stage. But always remember, ito lang, palagi lumalabas to, most of the murmurs decreases in length and intensity except HOCM and mitral valve prolapse. Okay? Hand grip. So what happens if you do hand grip? Ano ba nangyayari pag nag-hand grip kayo? So most murmurs increase with exercise. Increases with exercise, and murmurs of aortic stenosis, obstructive cardiomyopathy tend to decrease with peak hand grip. Bakit? Anong nangyayari? Kasi nakatabulate ito, nakatabulate. Ano yung physiology, what happened to your preload, what happened to your afterload, with all these maneuvers. Okay? Gaya sa HOCM, ilan lang ang tatandaan nyo. Anything that will increase your volume, LV volume, will tend to decrease the intensity of your murmur. Why? Kasi pag malaki yung volume, sa HOCM kasi you have the subaortic stenosis. Makapal yung muscle. Pag malaki, marami siyang volume, hindi siya yung wall nyo, LV wall, lumuluwag. Di ba? So it tends na yung outflow mo, obstruction, paano ba sa ibig sabihin? Lumuluwag siya, nagdi-decrease yung gradient nyo. Kaya yung murmur mo, yung intensity nababawasan. But anything that will decrease the LV volume will aggravate the gradient across that obstruction in HOCM. Gets nyo? Di pa rin. Or anything that will increase. Kasi ang pinag-usapan yan, yung blood volume, yung preload, at saka yung contractility when you're talking of HOCM. Anything that increases the contractility may aggravate the HOCM. Kaya nga sa exercise, yung mga may HOCM, they are candidate or prone to have sudden cardiac death. Okay? So yung cuff, arterial occlusion, inflate mo yung BP cuff. Pag in-inflate mo yung cuff, you increases the vascular resistance, it augments the murmur of VSD and mitral or aortic regurgitation. It is opposite when in aortic stenosis. Okay? Standing, squatting. What happens if you squat and you raise the leg? You increase your preload, increases your venous return, as well as increase in your peripheral arterial or vascular resistance. So standing diminishes most of the murmur because of the decrease in your preload. Squatting or leg elevation increases most of the murmur. Standing intensifies the murmur of HOCM and prolongs the duration of murmur of mitral valve prolapse. Ano ano sabi natin kanina sa Hong Kong? If you squat, you increase your, if you stand, you decrease your venous return. Tama? Kaya lang, pag it intensifies the Hong Kong, you decrease the venous return, you decrease the preload, you aggravate your, ano ba tawag dito? The murmur. Kasi lumiit yung volume, yung LV cavity nyo. Okay? Squatting naman, it's the opposite. You increase the preload, you increase the volume, then magdi-decrease ang intensity ng Hong Kong murmur. Okay? These two, oftentimes, kahit sa examination, with regards to physical examination or auscultation ng heart, lumalabas yan. Yung post-premature beat contraction potentiation, yung semilunar stenosis increases during the beat following the post-systolic pause. Ibig sabihin, during the long pause, you have a prolonged diastolic filling time. Dahil mas mahaba yung diastole mo, mas malaki yung volume ngayon ng blood dun sa ventricle mo. Okay? So, it accentuates the murmur of your aortic stenosis. Or in cases of long cycle ng atrial fibrillation. Kasi if you have a patient with AF, iba-iba yung duration ng RR interval. Di ba? It's an irregular rhythm. So during the long cycle, yung long pause ng in AF can also accentuate your murmur. Okay? May drawing dun eh. Kaya hindi nyo makita. Okay, so yung last two slides, sinamarize ngayon itong mga maneuvers. Basahin nyo na lang yan, memorize nyo. Okay? At intindihin nyo naman. Bakit? Okay? So, wala na. Puro maneuvers to. And that's it. Maras na. Tapos na tayo. Ano na tayo niyan? Hirap naman magano sa inyo.